Just remember, my gorgeous Aries, you are safe. You need to remember that you are most certainly safe. Surrender your concerns and allow miracles to happen. Connect, ask, and you will receive. In particular, when it comes to the 19th of October, this is going to become evident. The changes are going to start happening, and that in itself is going to be a very important moment in time when it comes to you, because an obstacle, an annoying obstacle that was creating so many problems, that was creating so many negativity, that was creating so much anxiety and a little bit of stress, in particular when it comes to the last 7 months, now the obstacle is most certainly slowly coming to an end. This is a very important time for you because it's to do with your success. It's to do with an opportunity that you're also going to be having an absolutely mind-blowing confirmation on the 31st of October, because of course the 31st of October, it's a really powerful day. Some call it Samhain, some call it Halloween, but it's the very important moment for all of us, because the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest, which means that we're going to be having all sorts of informations, all sorts of confirmations, but one particular huge, massive, enormous confirmation is going to happen to you, and the confirmation that you're going to get is going to happen at like a very strange time when you least expect it, and it's also going to be connected to the bird sound. You're going to hear the sound of the bird, and once you hear the sound of the bird, you're going to know that very soon you will have the message, a special message from the spirit world. And this is what I'm getting so excited about, because that special message from the spirit world that you're going to have on the 31st of October 2020, it's going to be connected to somebody who used to be in your life, or it's either going to be connected to somebody who used to be in your life and then they passed away. Maybe you don't even know this person, maybe this person passed away when you were like a little baby. It depends. Or it could be just your guardian angel, it could be your spirit guide, or it could be a friendly passing by spirit who is going to be super delighted to come through from a completely different dimension to confirm this absolutely remarkable new stage is about to unfold in your life. But it's the confirmation, mind-blowing confirmation that you're going to have, which is going to be connected to the 19th of October. But this is all connected to the obstacle that was preventing you to move on. This is connected to the obstacle that affected you so much over the last 7 months, that only by the time you get to the 31st of October, you're going to realize how important this time is, how important this stage is. Going back to the 19th of October, it's to do with the success. You also need to pay attention to any synchronicity on the 18th, 19th and the 20th of October. Any numbers that are repeating, any synchronicities that you see, that you have, that you become part of, it's also going to have some kind of information for you at the same time. And these informations that you're going to need to pay attention to is every time you see the numbers repeating with these three days in particular, just see what you were focusing at the time, what you were thinking about at the time, what was creating your problems, what was creating your obstacles, and what was creating uncertainty in your mind. Because every single time you see the synchronicity or the numbers repeating at the same time, you just need to pay attention to these very thoughts that were on your mind at that moment in time, or just a little bit prior that moment, or just a little bit before that moment, or at exactly the same time, because it's going to reveal something for you, a mind-blowing, a huge, a massive revelation. But then at the same time, the whole new portal and the whole new door is about to be opened for you, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. And this is to do with the success, is to do with an important gain, and also it's about an overcoming obstacles and challenges. This is important because you will find yourself where you should find yourself, and this is going to enhance your strength, and in return this is going to rejuvenate rejuvenate your balance, and that in return it's going to rejuvenate your personal vibration from the 19th onwards until the end of that month. Anything you want to do, my babies, anything you want to try, anything you want to test, anything you need to deal with and you don't like dealing with these things in particular, just go for it, because just remember, you're going to be guided by the sacred spirits which are at the same time going to provide the pathway and the doorway and the portals there where you wouldn't normally have them, purely because the whole of the month of October is going to be super powerful, super spiritual, super important when it comes to all sorts of signs, because of the end of the month, which is like a Samhain or Halloween. But it's not only about only at the end of the month, it's about the whole month when we're going to be able to find this vibration and energy rather beneficial, because it's going to give us the opportunity in return to connect to our subconscious mind, and that is going to help us so much to reflect on everything around us like there is no tomorrow. On the 19th of October, you're also going to become aware of an absolutely remarkable negotiation that you're going to have, negotiation that is going to take place. On one hand, this is going to take place, it's going to be remarkable. It's to do with who you are, it's to do with your passion, it's to do with your vision, it's to do with the promise that you're going to have after that moment in time. But on another hand, again, use this to your advantage, my babies. On the 19th of October and onwards, if you do need to sign something, if you do need to discuss something, if you do need to start some kind of negotiation or some kind of process of justice, just go, my baby. Use this sacred time, because the land is going to be super powerful, super fertile, in particular when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries. If you need to look for job, if you need to look for work, from the 19th onwards until the 31st of October, it's going to be remarkable, because you're going to have the opportunities that you wouldn't normally have, because this is a very special and very particular time of unfoldment when it comes to you. And by the time we get to the last part of October, my gorgeous Aries, you are going to find out something so powerful about yourself, something so crucial about yourself. Yes, it's to do with your past. Yes, it's to do with the bringing an insight, from the past in order to understand your current situation, process and progress. But most certainly, the whole new beginning, it's actually going to start by the time we get to the actual April 2021. You see, this is why this is so deep, why it's so connected, because now I'm going to the April 2021 when this is actually going to take place, when this is actually going to manifest, and it's going to go on the whole next stage. So there is an important little spiritual seed that you're going to plant, and this is nothing unusual, because this October is in particular very strong, very powerful, very prominent, and very significant when it comes to your spiritual journey. So this is nothing unusual that you're actually going to drop the little spiritual seed, and you're not going to even realize how big this is going to be, how important this is going to be. It's remarkable. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's for October 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's for October 2020, and your number, it's number 14. 14. Do you know, Aries, it's about an important reward. You see, I need to fix this, sorry. It's about an important reward. It's about a patience. It's about a waiting time. It's about you being really clever. It's about you being really smart. It's about you being very intelligent. And it's about you acting in the right way at the right time towards the things that have been kind of testing you. There were certain tests that you had, and the certain challenges that you had. And you did so well. There were two of them in particular, very strong. These two challenges that you had, now this is a lot to do with who you are. It's a lot to do with your unfoldment. It's a lot with you realizing that you've got more resources than you possibly need to move on with your life. But this is also to do with your power. It's to do with the new promise that you are going to have, the amazing amount of creativity, and also the wake up call. Something is just going to kind of prove some kind of timing to you, and then you will realize how precious and how beautiful and how powerful life actually is. but it's also going to be about the timing. There is going to be the certain sense of urgency, but then this is going to be quite good because this is your subconscious mind, your spirit guides and your guardian angels are just going to be pushing you through the right invocation, manifestation and your own reflection when it comes to your life. Number 14 means that you are about to have a very important reward for your patience. On another hand, it's to do with the harmony, and it's also to do with an important month when it comes to certain adjustments. You're gonna find yourself like being influenced by the right people, which is absolutely superb, because these particular people that you're gonna feel influenced by are the right people in your life and the right people to be influenced by at the same time. But also on another hand, you just need to keep on being as creative as you possibly can. As creative as you possibly can. You are going to have a very special reward when it comes to your own responsibility as well. I'm so happy for you, because at the same time you're gonna find October quite magical, but then again on another hand it's about your success, it's about material attainment. You will find yourself on an advanced stage, and I really like this because it's going to reflect on your well-being, it's going to reflect on your decision making, and it's also connected to the certain difficulties that are now going to become very promising, and it's going to bring you stability where you didn't have a stability before, and that is going to give you the power, and the power through your own accomplishment, which is going to really enhance your confidence levels as well. I really like this. And also on another hand, it's about the satisfaction, accomplishment that you are going to have. It's also to do with the actual your own experience. You know, the experience, your experience will be very important. And just remember that you're gonna have a quite confusing situation this month, and you need to remember that that confusing situation is going to involve you and some other person, and you are holding the answer, because you're going to feel a little bit confused and uncertain purely the way this other person is going to make you feel. But you just need to remember, my gorgeous Aries, that this is to do with you, and you really need to listen to yourself, because you are going to have a bit of a challenging situation, which is just part of your test. And all you need to do is just remember that it needs to come from you. This is to do with who you are, this is to do with your experience, and it's also to do with the actual very important time when it comes to you being loyal to yourself and staying loyal to yourself by listening to your own intuition. Very, very important indeed. On another hand, you know, very wise investment. You are going to make a very wise investment. Just remember, my gorgeous Aries, this will be very important. Family problem and family issue is also going to start slowly coming to an end. Something that was affecting you so much. Somebody was maybe like not feeling really good. Somebody was feeling really low. Somebody was affected emotionally not that long ago in your life. So you are going to hear a very good news, a positive news about this person, and this is going to mean to you so much. But on another hand, there will be the problem that is going to arise within your family, or if you haven't got a family, it's going to be the problem that is going to arise, and it's just so much going to need your input, because your input is going to be so important in order for this issue to slowly come to an end. But you may not be aware of it until you kind of until you look into it. It's an important time. On another hand, you know, you are having a moment of justice. What justice have you been waiting for? You know, who did something wrong to you? Because this is like a very complex, and it's a very deep subject, and the bottom line is that you are having an important news that you're gonna hear, and this is immediately going to bring you an important balance, and it's to do with the actual justice. And this is brilliant, absolutely brilliant, because what I said before, you are going to hear about the justice, something that you've been waiting for a long time. I can see a beautiful big smile on your face, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. But on another hand, this is going to bring you a proper balance. On another hand, this is going to make you feel very optimistic, and on another hand, this is also letting you know and confirming that if you want to start a certain process of justice, you should just go for it. Just go for it this month in particular, particular on the 19th and after the 19th of October, this is all going to sound promising, and it's most certainly going to work in your favor. At the time when you hear about justice, what else I was going to say, this is going to mean to you so much. It's very personal, but it's also going to start an important process of unfoldment. But at the time when you hear about the justice, you just need to remember that very soon after that, it's going to be an important, mind-blowing wake-up call that you are going to have, and also an advice. There is going to be an advice that is going to come through forward, but you're not going to be directly told this advice. This advice is just going to kind of like happen to be around you at the right moment, at the right time, so you can pick up vibrationally on it. Whether you're going to hear this like on the television, whether you're going to watch something, whether you're going to read something, however this happens, is most certainly going to travel to you towards your own personal vibration. It's a very important moment in time when you're going to have, my gorgeous Aries, control over a situation, which is going to bring you a wonderful strength, courage, energy, determination, and also this is going to reflect on your confidence, and it's also going to reflect on your action, because it's going to rejuvenate you so much. And so there are going to be lots of moments like, oh, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why don't I do this if I like doing this? Why don't I do that if I like doing this? Like there are going to be lots of connections and reconnections, and this is nothing unusual when it comes to the actual spiritual months like this, when we're going to have a lots of like a leveling like going on, and it's also going to require from us to see what we feel drawn to see what we feel connected to, because it's the time of rejuvenation, but it's also the time of transformation that you are going to have, my gorgeous Aries, at the same time. There will be an important time as well when it comes to your dreams. Please pay attention to your dreams. This is all about the patience. This is very deep and it's very spiritual in so many different ways. So pay attention to your dreams, but even more importantly, pay attention to your dreams. If you remember them, that's great, but even more important is to keep on paying attention to what is on your mind the very first thing in the morning. I said this so many times, my gorgeous Aries, throughout this month. Pay attention to what is on your mind the very first thing in the morning. You are reaching a very important stage of your life, which is leading towards your own personal enlightenment, which means that connection throughout October, it's going to be mind-blowing. So when you wake up in the morning, I know I said this millions of times, but when you wake up in the morning, the first few minutes, you're still in connection with your subconscious mind. You're still in connection with your higher self, which means that you're able to pick on the certain informations that are still part of your dimension until it just goes back, The more we awake, the more we kind of drift away from it. So that's why the first few minutes when we open our eyes in the morning are very important, because it's to do with the revelation that you're gonna have. It's to do with the messages, little important subliminal messages that you're going to have throughout this month. But in particular, this is going to lead towards the revelation, which is going to help you to make a decision, which is ultimately later going to lead towards a swift change, and also a sacred message which is going to arrive, which is going to be connected to this situation. Okay. So now, when it comes to the actual health, it is very important for me to say that you need to still take something like to boost your immune system. I know I said it millions of times, my gorgeous Aries, but I'm going to say it again. You need something to boost your immune system. Something like organic acerola cherry powder. If you can take 1 glass of water and 1 teaspoon of organic acerola cherry powder, mix it up, and also immediately, if you can put 1 little sachet of a natural iron liquid. Natural iron liquid needs to be without any rubbish ingredients, just natural iron liquid. So organic acerola cherry powder, first you take a little glass of water, then 1 teaspoon of organic acerola cherry powder, mix it up, and then you put a little sachet of organic natural like iron liquid, iron water, and in combination with natural zinc and natural vitamin D. This combination is going to help to boost your immune system, and iron is also going to help you with an energy levels as well. I think your energy levels are going to need to kind of be rejuvenated and refreshed, because a lot is going to be happening this month, so your energy is going to be drained a little bit. So if you do feel tired, then just put like a little bit of natural iron water with your organic acerola cherry powder. Organic acerola cherry powder is a pure vitamin C, natural, one of the more natural forms of vitamin C that there is, with a whopping amount of vitamin C per 1 little teaspoon. And vitamin C helps beautifully when it comes to the absorption of iron anyway. But you take this if you feel drained, if you feel tired. If you don't, then just take organic acerola cherry powder with natural vitamin D and with natural zinc. This is going to help you beautifully. On another hand, what else I was going to say is like your stomach and tummy is going to be a little bit sensitive, so take a natural dose of B vitamins, but you just like a B vitamin complex. This is going to help you with a little bit of stress levels. At the same time, it's going to help you with an entire digestive system. But it's very important to also mention that the B vitamins, when you get, like if you get like a natural B vitamin complex, just be careful, because those naughty little bastards out there, they sell all sorts of things that are not what they are. So if they sell like organic natural like a vitamin B complex, just make sure that you understand that the B12 can be made in two different ways. In one way it's in synthetic, and in another way it's in natural. So you want a B complex with B12 which is made in a natural way. It's very important. So if you do get like a natural B complex, just make sure that B12 is made in a natural way. So that way you just give to your body what it needs, something natural, not synthetic. Synthetic, it's never going to be good like something that's natural. And B vitamins are going to help you, as I said, with the entire digestive system, but it's also going to help you with a little bit of stress. And for a digestive system, also like organic aloe vera juice is remarkable, because it's going to help you with your stomach lining. And on another hand, also something like a friendly bacteria, if you can take like a once a week, would be wonderful. And the organic chamomile juice, if you can sip throughout the month, it would be brilliant, without any sugar, please. And try to avoid sugar as much as you can, because this month in particular, you're going to be super sensitive to sugar. I would avoid sugar like whatsoever. Like what is actually brilliant alternative, like it's the organic maple syrup. Organic maple syrup is a remarkable, mind-blowing, fantastic, brilliant, gorgeous, absolutely outstanding alternative to sugar. Sugar is really bad for you. No, baby, no. It's like worse than like, oh God knows, some kind of nasty drugs, you know. So that's why just try to kind of, in particular this month, you're going to find yourself being very sensitive when it comes to the actual sugar. So try to get like organic maple syrup. It's brilliant, absolutely remarkable, and it's so good for you like there is no tomorrow. Also try to avoid like aluminium products when it comes to deodorants, please, because this is another thing that you're going to be super sensitive to this month, because you're going to be so spiritual. So it's always like some kind of balance that changes us a little bit, and it shows us where we need to kind of to pay attention to. So just basically, yeah, it's just remarkable how this month it's gonna be so important when it comes to you also making sure that you're using aluminium free products when it comes to your deodorants, because aluminium, it's not really good for you. It just blocks your pores, and once you do this, no baby, no, not really good for the spiritual flow whatsoever. So try to get like something like aluminium free deodorants to use as you know, underneath your armpits, you know, instead of like aluminium products. Important. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Aries, or not. One thing I was going to recommend to you now really strictly would be this gorgeous little chakra pendant. Look at this gorgeous little chakra pendant. It's absolutely incredible. This is my new line, part of my new lines. This comes with the sterling silver setting and the actual chakra crystals as well. And it comes with a sterling silver chain. And this is very remarkable to wear because it's going to help you with your spiritual balance. It's going to help you to protect yourself. It's going to help you to make the important decisions even easier. It's going to help you to express yourself. It's going to help you to protect yourself again, like stress, against anxiety and these energies, because it's absolutely remarkable when it comes to spiritual and physical balance. Indeed, it's something that I highly recommend you to wear October, November and December. As I said, this comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, my gorgeous Erinis, as well. I have to say this. The first important date, it's going to be on the 2nd of October. Now, the 2nd of October, it's going to be like, ooh la la. You're going to start feeling very, very refreshed. You're going to start feeling very optimistic, and you're just going to feel this force that you didn't feel in a long time. And this is in itself, it's going to bring you such a nice moment in time when it comes to feeling this promise, when it comes to feeling this vibration, when it comes to feeling this energy. Almost immediately you're gonna start creating things, because this is gonna mark the day when the power of your mind is gonna start becoming very, very powerful and very specific, you know, and there is going to be a certain strength and power around it as soon as you kind of start the process of manifestation within yourself. Where is your passion? This is most certainly gonna start being reflected like there is no tomorrow. It's a remarkable new possibility that you're gonna become aware of here. It's time to recognize that you have the power. You have the power. It's time to recognize that you have the power. This is to do with the new possibilities. It's going to reflect on new relationships, new approaches to old problems, and also the whole new knowledge is going to come through and come forward. You're going to feel very wise on this particular day, you know, and also, you know, you are going to start recognizing these new possibilities, and that is going to make you feel so good, because most certainly it's going to give you so much self-esteem when it comes to you doing things. It's going to be very positive when it comes to your capability, and also an important reward. It's going to start becoming obvious here. It's to do with the success, admiration from others, but most importantly, it's to do with an ultimate change. You're going to start realizing that your life is going to start changing, my gorgeous Erinis, and this is going to be big. This is going to be a very important moment in time, because it's at the same time going to become the driving force. If you bring yourself down, no baby no. If you bring yourself up, yes baby yes. Most certainly you're going to become that much more powerful, because it's the time when you're going to be able to feel this sense of your own spiritual growth. So it's important. It's a gateway. It's a door. It's a portal at the same time, which is going to lead you towards the new plan, lead you towards the new wish. But this time it's going to feel different. This time you're going to feel safe, and it's to do with an attempt that you were trying to attempt this in the past, but most certainly now you're just going to go for it, because there is going to be the confidence that you didn't have before, and also the whole new hope. It's going to come through forward. It's going to be uncertain efforts, but you're just going to be driven, and you're not going to be able to explain why. But this is purely because the completion, you're reaching an important stage of completion, which is going to start on the 1st of October. So by the time we get to the 2nd, this is going to be the actual outcome. Very important to have something like a tiger's eye, you know, to have it every single time when we are making decisions, every single time when we are dealing with people, every single time when we are talking about something really important. It protects us against evil eye, but then at the same time it's wonderful when it comes to like our career balance, when it comes to our manifestations, when it comes to like the attracting like wealth and things like that. It's a great little crystal for success and protection at the same time. This comes with a sterling silver set, setting in the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, my gorgeous Aries. But this is something that I would highly recommend you to wear in October, November and December. Every time when you're doing something important, every time when you're surrounded by the people you don't trust, and every time when you're thinking about your own personal expansion, every time when you want to attract wealth, you know, little tiger's eye baby, it's absolutely super remarkable. The second important date is going to be on the 13th of October, 1-3. Now, this is all about your own transformation. This is going to be the strong day when it comes to your personal transformation, and you will also feel like you want to do things around you, want to change things around you. This is a perfect day, you know, to kind of like get rid of things that you don't like anymore. This is the perfect day to kind of like work on the energy around you. It's to do with the feng shui, you know. It's like not good to always have the same thing, exactly the same thing, same way around us, whether this is immediate home or whether this is like where we work, where we spend the most of our time. Please try to pay attention and see how you can change the vibration by maybe like changing things, like tidying things in a different way, like bringing new things in, and maybe giving some other like things and like statues and something like that, maybe giving to someone else, karmically doing something really good, and then replace them with a different energy. This is important because it's also going to be very beneficial to you when it comes to your energy. The 13th of October, you have something very important to share here. Just remember, on the 13th of October, you're gonna realize, my gorgeous Aries, that you have got something very important to share. Follow your inner call. Follow your intuition, and don't let anything or anyone stop you, okay? Don't let anything or anyone stop you. This is to do with your personal growth. This is to do with your hard work. This is to do with your progress, but this is also at the same time to do with the actual results from efforts, but also it's going to require reorganization. Reorganization is going to be very important, and also the dealing, some kind of like to put your foot down. It's also at the same time going to be very important because it's to do with who you are, what you do, and you are the best with knowing your own spiritual journey better than anyone else. So you really have to follow your third psychic eye. And when it comes to your third psychic eye and things like that, in order to follow this completely, and in order to connect to our subconscious mind, in order to understand our dreams, in order to understand things from a completely different angle, because it's going to be very spiritual, it's an amethyst. I highly recommend you an amethyst because it's going to help you to spiritually, psychically to connect, and it's also going to enhance your third psychic eye. So every time you want to find out a little bit more, every time when you want to connect a little bit more, every time when you want to go that little bit deeper, you know, amethyst doesn't only protect you, but it also gives you this spiritual powerful field, which at the same time it helps you so much to connect, to reconnect to things around you and understand them from a completely different, higher spiritual level. This comes with a sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this gorgeous amethyst is in the description below this video. And by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. But I highly recommend to wear this amethyst October, November and December until the end of the year, every time when you want to connect that little bit more, every time when you want to connect that little bit further, because the 13th of October, it's basically just gonna bring you the security and safety, and also an important family matter. Or if you haven't got a family, again, it's to do with the people who are the most important in your life. It's going to be the family matter that you are most certainly going to need to kind of put your input in. It's very important indeed, but there is a quite significant reward that you're going to become aware of on this day, okay? The third important date, it's going to be on the 31st of October. Of course, this is the time when the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest. So it's very important. You need to remember it's the great day when it comes to what you need to release. It's the great day when it comes to meditation and contemplation, because by meditating and contemplating at the same time, something remarkable, mind-blowing, absolutely remarkable is going to come through forward. A remarkable remarkable idea, remarkable realization, remarkable revelation, but also conclusions are going to be within reach, the conclusions that you wouldn't have normally. So you do use this wonderful energy for the best for yourself that you can possibly do, because this is the time of unfoldment, this is the time of breach, this is the time of power, this is the time of the greatest focus that you are going to have by being very creative, by staying grounded, but also at the same time by realizing that there is an important vision which is going to come through forward, and that in itself, it's also going to be a mind-blowing wake-up call. The 31st of October is going to be all about your thoughts. You need to understand that your thoughts on this particular day are going to be very magnetic and powerful. You are on the right path. Just remember, it's going to bring you a bit of a concern. It's going to bring you a bit of a unrealistic attitudes. That's how you're going to feel. You know, uncertainties can be very naughty, because they're very heavy feelings that can take over if we haven't got enough power to keep us going. And the power we have when we have a confidence, and confidence gives us strength, and the confidence gives us self-esteem, and that is a very highlighting part of ourselves, that is the driven force when it comes to making decisions, by first of all understanding them, understanding situation around us. So your thoughts are going to be very magnetic and powerful on the 31st of October. Time to manifest, time to start, time to focus, time to begin. Just remember, you are on the right path. Most certainly you're going to make an important judgment, and also you need to kind of forgive to someone. You know, this is I know it sounds like go forgive and forget, yeah, whatever, but it's very important for you to release yourself. You will release yourself. Whoever is like driving you nuts on this day, or whoever pisses you off, or whoever does something really wrong and really negative, not only on this day, but it's just going to be connected through these psychic channels. So karmically you are going to connect yourself to someone who is going to kind of make you feel really angry, a little bit negative on the 31st of October. Pay attention, please. It's important to just forgive and forget, not because of them, but this is your karmic issue, this is your karmic challenge, this is your karmic part, this is your spiritual part. Then immediately when you do that, you are going to have an immediate improvement when it comes to your personal development. On another hand, the 31st of October, it's going to be connected to the certain development. Very important day when it comes to the personal development. See what you are realizing and what you're recognizing around you that you've done well. See what you feel proud about. See what you feel proud around. See what makes you happy. It's all about connection, reconnection, but also what you feel drawn to. It's about a promotion and an important time of rebirth. And this is how you go along until you realize that you are reaching the stage of completion, but which is going to be connected immediately to the new beginning. It's the outcome of the past effort. It's most certainly going to become super important, because it's to do with the doubt, suspicion, you know, that you had, and also reasonable fear, you know, which was causing lots of negativity, and also it was causing you within the last 15 months. Now I'm going back to the last 15 months, what was kind of quite devilish, you know, when it comes to you feeling maybe a lack of success. You know, what was the weird experience that you had, what was making you feel really negative when it comes to the unexpected failure in an ability to realize certain goals. You know, this was all connected to you and making you unable to kind of realize certain goals in our lives. And this happens when we purely need to kind of stop, turn around, look around, and just kind of like ground ourselves and realize what we need to work on until we give this opportunity to our spiritual journey to evolve how it's meant to evolve. It's very deep, it's very spiritual, but it's also a very important moment in time. And also very, very powerful person is about to walk into your life, not for the first time, but it's to do with something being renewed. It's to do with an important understanding, and it's to do with somebody's about to return into your life. But no, baby, no, I'm not talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, blah blah blah. I'm talking about important people, like a friend. I'm not saying that our partners are not important, but I'm just saying that there's somebody of a really high importance who kind of drifted away, is about to start returning into your life on the 31st of October, and this is going going to be remarkable because they are going to have a very, very important message for you. And that message is going to be super important when it comes to your focus. On one hand, it's going to be about the confirmation, but on another hand, it's going to reveal the whole new perspective. So that's why this is so important. If you realize somebody's like messaging you, or somebody's trying to get in touch with you, you know, this person has got such a special, important message for you, my gorgeous Aries. Is going to be crucial. Okay. So now, my gorgeous Aries, I'm just going to see the first part of October. It is just kind of like you will feel very spiritual in the first part of October, and something, you will have a strong connection with your spirit guide, or you will have a strong connection with like some kind of person, like maybe your psychic, or somebody who is like a spiritual guru in your life, somebody who you see in this particular sacred light. It's gonna have an important message for you, but you're not going to be directly said this. It's just going to be the part of your mind. You're going to be kind of thinking about it a lot. You're going to be kind of like, every time when you're by yourself, you're going to be drifting towards it. This person is going to be in your mind, but you need to pay attention to what in particular it's kind of ringing, what in particular it's repeating, because this is the time of rebirth, but it's also going to help you to realize the certain focus, and this is all connected to an important vision. On one hand, it's going to help you to realize an illusional part of your life. What is illusional? What is to do with the fantasies that are not going to happen, that are not going to take place, for example. And that, as soon as you do this, it's going to be remarkable. It's going to bring you a contemplation, but that contemplation, it's also activate you in so many different ways. It's to do with the beginning, an important beginning that you're going to have almost immediately. So this is why once new door closes, the new door is about to open. This is exactly what is going to happen. So pay attention to your guru, or pay attention to your spiritual leader, what is going to be on your mind and what to actually pay attention to at the same time, because it's going to lead you and redirect you towards the new beginning. And that in itself is going to be brilliant, because it's connected to the repressed emotions from before, because you couldn't do it, and now it's going to bring you an overwhelming emotion, because before it connected to some kind of financial setbacks, and this stopped you and blocked you, and now this is most certainly going to be the way and the path towards the luxury and culmination that you wouldn't normally have. The second part of October, you know, you're going to surprise yourself. You will find yourself like acting in a certain way. When certain problem arrives, you're going to act in a way like how you normally wouldn't act, and you're going to surprise yourself. And this is nothing unusual, again, because it's October. We are very spiritual and we grow spiritually, so therefore we are able to connect from a completely different angle. So that's why sometimes you're driven by your subconsciousness, you're driven by your subconscious mind, because your third psychic eye is like a very much so wide open indeed. So you are going to respond to the problem in a little bit different way, which is going to surprise you. It's going to be quite daring, but at the same time, it's going to make an important moment in time when it comes to an adventure. So it's going to be remarkable, because it's all about your own security and power, and also coming out of the situation when you felt a bit domineering, you know, and things like that. And that in itself, it's also going to start a new process with somebody who is about to start walking into your life. The certain person, not the one that I said at the end, but this is the certain person mid-October who is going to start walking into your life for the first time, and it's going to become an integral part of your spiritual journey later on. You will see exactly what I mean by this. On another hand, you know, what I really like is like when you feel the synchronicity, when you see the numbers repeating mid-October, and in particular the numbers that are contained number 7. Oh my God. In particular, when you have, if you see 77777, like a numbers repeating number 7, but also if it's like any numbers like 111, 222, 333, 444, any number repeating, but especially if you see number 7, you can be alerted that things are going to start happening to you like so quick and so soon and super fast indeed. But any numbers that you see, boiling down to this particular thing, any numbers that you see when it comes to synchronicity at around the mid-October, this is going to be such a good sign, and it's going to let you know that you will be you're about to be distracted a little bit. You need to stay committed to the task at hand, and your distraction is just part of the challenge that you're going to have. And this is all going to boil down towards an absolutely remarkable offer, which is going to become evident at the end of October. This offer is to do with a new life, with a new beginning, with a new start, with a wake-up call, with a new vision. But at the same time, it's connected to the bright prospects with unlimited possibilities. My gorgeous Aries, this is really, really good. Very, very good indeed, my gorgeous Aries. Okay, so, and also, yeah, just remember, by the time when we are like in the last part of October 2020, it's fantastic. You are already going to be focused towards something new, towards something special, towards the new beginning, which is going to rejuvenate you in so many different ways. But you're also going to be recognized by the right people in your life, and this is going to boost your confidence so beautifully. You're going to feel so proud of yourself, but the people around you are also going to be proud of you, because you are going to be in a very special position at the end of October. Very special position. You know? Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You're gonna love this, my gorgeous Aries. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You're gonna love this like there is no tomorrow. You're gonna find yourself in a very special position, in very special situations. So you are going to be able to make an important judgment, and this judgment is part of your completion. This judgment is part of your rebirth. This judgment is part of the very special moment that you're going to have. You will know, my babies, you know, there is a certain competition that you're going to need to be part of, and most certainly you are going to, but you just need to remember that this competition is everything. On one hand, it's going to help you with a certain conflict avoidance, but on another hand, you just need to remember, follow your intuition, my gorgeous Aries. Your intuition is not going to lead you astray, and it's not only that. Follow your intuition, and the hidden agenda is going to be revealed, and that hidden agenda that is going to be revealed, it's going to be superb, because it's going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, and it's just going to be your green light. Just go, 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 baby. It's incredible. It's going to bring even more focus, because where you felt really powerless, now this is going to be the greatest moment in time when it comes to your own liberation. It's remarkable, because you are so indecisive, so there is going to be a fantastic decision that you are going to make, and that decision, it's all to do with an acceptance, which is most certainly going to be followed by an absolutely remarkable opportunity. I like it, I like it, I like it, my gorgeous Aries. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards. Hallelujah. Erini, 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 Erini. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Erini. Raise your vibration. Now I'm just gonna shuffle these cards, and I am going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship. Now it is like the moment. Look, King of Swords. Now this is a really good card, because it means that some kind of something that you have been worrying about, you two as a couple, is slowly coming to an end. Certain problems, certain issues, certain difficulties that have arisen the Aries, can't speak anymore, certain difficulties that came forward, you know, in the last like about 24 months now that affected you as a couple, but in particular when it comes to like a planning and things like that, you know, you had to put certain things to hold. Now this is slowly getting really nice balance and is slowly coming to an end, so it's boiling down to you avoiding like some kind of like a negative situation, both of you very successfully, and now you did the right thing, so confirmation that you did the right thing to start with, but also on another hand control over situations, strength, courage also that you are going to have. It is remarkable. It's a remarkable moment in time for those of you, my gorgeous Aries, because it is just going to boil down towards you really making quite significant change at around the end of the month. This significant change that you are going to make, both of you, that you're going to start thinking about it, it's going to take place again in May 2021. So this is going to be connected to the beginning, to the very beginning, you know, to the just start of the certain process that is just going to bring you a remarkable mind-blowing progress later on. It's the beginning of an unfoldment, but the very beginning. So one of you two is going to come up with something for the first time, and it's to do with a change, but this change is going to be it's going to happen, and it's going to unfold, and it's going to manifest really quickly, because it's going to enhance your both powers, and it's immediately going to make you feel really creative. So that's how you will know that you are doing the right thing. But most certainly something is going to be invoked, and it's going to be good, it's going to be big, it's going to be brilliant, and it's going to be the step in the right direction, because later on it's going to become much bigger and much more important than it actually seems. Okay, so now here, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Aries, for those of you that are single, this is not the great hermit. You see, this is not the greatest time to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I don't think that you're going to find the love of your life, but it's just something very remarkable going to take place for those of you that are single. Something very remarkable is going to happen at around the time when you feel like kind of withdrawn, at around the time when you feel like kind of like that you want to be by yourself a little bit. You're also going to kind of realize something. That particular realization that you are going to see, that you are going to have, it's kind of like going to be quite important to you when it comes to something personal, nothing to do with love, nothing to do with emotions. But what am I trying to say is that at around a similar time, there is going to be an advice that you are going to get, an advice that you are going to get from somebody very special in your life, somebody very significant in your life. It could be a family member, it could be your best friend. However, the advice that this person is going to tell you, it's going to be connected to you and to your life, but it's going to be absolutely crucial when it comes to some kind of new beginning and the new door that are going to be open, because that advice that you are going to have, it's going to kind of put you already towards the certain direction, because it's going to come through someone very trusting. But at the same time, more importantly, is that advice is going to be directly connected to the new life, new beginning, continuation, but also someone very special who is going to walk into your life. So it's more crucial to see who is actually going to give you this advice than anything else, because that advice, it's also going to be your answer, but it's going to answer so many other things to you as well, and it's going to redirect you a little bit, and that in itself is going to be primarily responsible for you opening your door and allowing this new person to walk into your life. And it's not going to be that long, but it's not going to be October. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, my gorgeous Aries, my beautiful Aries. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Aries. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. Erini, 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 Erini. Love you.